Hey, end time saints, angels on the front line for Yeshua, HaMashiach, regulators. Today is the 12th of January, 2023, and I just wanted to make a very brief video. Again, apologize, no picture. Hopefully, this will at least get my voice on there. That's my voice. My voice. I'm Samuel Jackson. I'm not in the best mood tonight, y'all. Just wanted to come on and just put out a few of my thoughts real quick and see if anybody else is experiencing what I am. So, tomorrow is Friday the 13th, Templar Nights, Freemason, evil day. And heads up on that. Make sure to stay in prayer and be aware, but don't be scared. Father's got our back. Lisa Marie Presley just passed away today, and she's around my age. And funny, I used to get told I look like her a lot. Back in the day, I don't know, about 15 years ago, and it was, I guess I looked that much like her that she had inherited Elvis's money. This is just a quick story. She had inherited Elvis money. I think she had to wait till she was 30 to get her inheritance, for all of it to be released. And so she was all over the front page of like People magazine and Vogue and all these, whatever that was, I don't even know. And it was in all the grocery stores. And I was standing in line at a grocery store, and this little boy was tugging on his mom's arm, like saying, it's her, like that. And the mom said, don't bother her. And then they kept looking over at me, and he said, can I have your autograph? And I said, my autograph? And this is way before I knew about targeting. But this is just kind of cute because I think he really thought I was her. And he said, can I have your autograph? I said, my autograph? What do you want my autograph for? He goes, because you're her. You're Elvis' daughter. And he points to the um, magazine. And I laughed and I go, I'm not her. And, and I said, but thank you. And he put his head down like he got his feelings hurt, like I was lying to him, that I just didn't want to give my autograph. So I said, okay, all right, I'll give you my autograph. So I signed it Lena, Lena, right, which is my name. And it looked, I guess, enough like Lisa that he got all happy. I didn't sign a last name or anything. And I used the back of, I'm pretty sure it was their receipt. So anyway, it's just bizarre. I just now got online and see that she passed away. She's not that old. And people are dropping like flies, like the Lord told me. He's cleaning house. I just wanted to put out there that, like some of the ascension symptoms, I guess, is what you can call it. It sounds new age, but we ascend. We go into the fifth dimension. We go where Jesus goes. Okay, you go to one of two places. You either follow Satan into the pit, which is most all of the world, unfortunately, and that's what's been making me really sad. It's really been hitting me over the last few days. What's about to take place? Or you follow Yeshua into the new heaven and the new earth. And that's what is taking place now. All those that sold out and sold their soul to Satan are being taken out. And it's very sad. But I just wanted to tell y'all some of the symptoms I'm having. Crying for no reason, and no, it's not menopause or whatever. Um, then being really, really excited, like bouts of this. Really excited, and no, I don't have whatever that is. It's not some sort of man-made disease, right? Dis-ease. It is ascension symptoms that we're leaving behind the old, like manic depression or whatever. That's not it. I'm not depressed. I'll just like cry realizing what's about to take place and all these souls that I hadn't been able to reach, including friends. And Father's also been distancing any person that he has told me to cut off. And I did, but then somehow, just because you get lonely and, of course, me, bored sometimes, and a lot of us true targeted, persecuted, anointed individuals, we're made isolated. And so I'm alone all the time, but I'm usually not lonely. But every once in a while, it's more like a sadness for how things were back a long time ago, 20 years ago, even, when people would laugh and we'd go have fun, and people actually were more genuine and more loving and more compassionate, and they really had a joy, a sense of humor. And I miss that because no one laughs anymore. I went into the post office and people were like zombified, and I made a comment. I started joking and I was singing, and one man actually kind of laughed. It was an older man, by the way, and he kind of laughed, and he goes, you've got a music on the brain. And I said, I have the joy of the Lord. Same thing in the grocery the other day. I was singing as I actually had joy come over me, and I was singing and I was dancing while I was in line, and there was a long line because there was only one register out of 15 or 20, maybe not that many, out of about 15 that actually had a cashier. The rest you had to go to the zombie zombie line where everybody checks themselves out. And I didn't feel like doing that because I had a couple of items that you have to look up the price. If you get fresh items, fruit, or, you know, uh, whatever, the fruit section and all that. So I decided just to wait, and I started dancing and I was singing the song. And one man out of a whole crowd, everybody else is just staring straight ahead. No one's talking, no one's smiling. And he looked over at me and he started smiling, and he kind of laughed. And he said, you're feeling like dancing today or something like that. And I said, I have the joy of the Lord. I said, the Most High God and Yeshua HaMashiach is coming back. And he said, amen, like that. And everybody else just looked very uncomfortable. But I don't know if y'all are having that like burst of just really excitement, like where we're about to go. And then also sometimes burst of sadness, of let go in the past, missing old people that aren't around, that have either already passed away or they're just not themselves anymore. And how many people that I realize I've lost over the last 3 and 4 years, just lots of people, and they weren't that old either. And then seeing all these people that are dropping, and all these athletes, and people aren't getting it. They're like I just found out a person that I know from Key West, that I hadn't talked to in months, and he doesn't sound the same. He said he didn't take the shot in the dark, and you're to blame. He said he didn't take it, um, but his friend did, and his friend passed away back in October, and he was only in his 50s, and he was fine before he got the you know what. Okay, but it's sad because even though my this friend he's not a follower of Yeshua, so Father told me to I had to distance myself from him, but I still pray for him. But I talked to him after months of not talking to him, and he just sounded just like he's just there. He's just existing. What are you doing? Oh, going back to bed. It's the middle of the day. Very depressed. What have you been doing over the last few months? No, nothing much. And I was like, you haven't done anything? I haven't talked to you in about 3 or 4 months. Uh, well, and then he said something that didn't take place. He was going to have somebody come visit. I won't go into all the details, and they didn't. But he's thinking about doing this, but he hasn't done it. So basically, he's done nothing for 3 or 4 months. And his day is being filled with nothing because they don't know the Most High God. They don't have Yeshua in their hearts, so they're hopeless. All right. When I'm crying, it's not a hopelessness. It's a crying out of. Sometimes I do get kind of bummed because I want to have somebody to laugh with and maybe go on an adventure, walk through a new area, or, just explore, go get a coffee with. That would be nice. But for the most part, 95% of the time, I'm not lonely, y'all, because Father is always with me. So it's not that kind of a cry. It's a cry that I know what's about to take place with people, and it's really sad. Then today I went a different way on a walk home after just mentioning to someone that I had bought. I was so excited because I had a little patio. This is a temporary place again. I never stay anywhere for very long. Usually I'm run out, or the place is not available. Something will come up. They'll have to do construction and I have to leave, or I'm driven out by noise and stuff like that. So the fact that I've been able to enjoy a little patio, I hadn't had a yard or any kind of outdoor space in so long. I think it's actually been a couple of years. And I went and I got some little squirrel and bird feed. And I had two cardinals, a mama and a daddy. So I thought it's Beignet and Chewy come to visit me. My two dogs were tortured and basically murdered. One was murdered, and the other one, Beignet, passed away, but she was tortured and attempts on her life all throughout her little 15 and a half years of her little 5 pound little frail dog. And so, from being targeted because she is my pet, and same with Chewy, who was murdered by gang stalking satanic freaks. But anyway, I'll say, oh, that's Chewy and Beignet because it's a male and female cardinal. So I've been feeding them, and I've been feeding the squirrels. I love squirrels, and I mentioned it just yesterday. I said, and I started feeding the squirrels, and I've got some squirrels coming. I love squirrels because people are calling them pests. Today I went a different way on a walk, and what did they put outside? And I say they put it there because it was perfectly in my path. Okay, right on the sidewalk was a dead squirrel, and it was really sad because right in the middle of the sidewalk, y'all, it was really sad because up in the tree was another squirrel that was looking down like it had just died or something. It was really, really sad. I said a prayer for it. But little things like that, it just noticing how the animals there's less and less, wildlife, and just to hear the chirping of a bird is amazing. And then I got up this morning and there was a blue sky, and I went out to sit under the sky, and I was like, wow, I feel the sun's heat. And within 5 minutes, I got it on video. I can't show it yet till, I have a laptop to where you can actually see it, but I got it on my phone. Within 5 minutes, the whole sky was filled with chemtrails. There was four different planes, two going one way and two going another, spraying chemtrails. And within 30 minutes, the whole sky was gray, completely gray. And people don't even notice. They think it's normal now. We're not living the same earth that we lived just 3 or 4 years ago, and definitely not 10 and 20 years ago. So it's just sad noticing how this isn't the same. And Father says there will be a new heaven and a new earth, for the old heaven and the old earth have passed away. And He is about to cleanse this earth. He's already doing it, but it's ramping up. So the birth pains are coming quicker and quicker and quicker. Also, because there's a wave of energy that I believe that's also affecting us. But some of the symptoms I just wanted to discuss real quick was that, like bouts of being really excited and filled with energy, and like it's your first day of school when you're a little kid. Like Jesus is almost here. Yeshua's coming. He's coming. And then other times, and this can be within the same day, other times of just sadness for what's coming on this earth, and sadness looking at all these people that are just lost and they don't see what's going on, and they're totally not really human anymore. They don't have compassion. A lot of them are just hateful and evil and driving really erratically. And I really notice this because I'm conscious of it, because more so than most, I think, not only because, the things that Father's downloaded are happening, but the fact that I have to walk everywhere, which I'm grateful that I'm able to still be able to walk. So all praise to the Most High that I'm healthy enough to be able to walk. But I have to be extra aware because cars are driving up on the sidewalks more and more. They're honking, they're getting mad. I'm hearing people fighting. Just all kinds of bizarre things. The police came to the house full of gang stalkers twice last week. By the way, one of my gang stalkers went to jail unless it was an act. Ambulances, I'm hearing ambulances. I'm not near downtown. I'm not in a big area with a lot of stuff going on. It's a sign of the times. And again, there's less and less wildlife. And just the fact that I saw a few birds and especially cardinals, I feel like it was a blessing from the Most High. But that's one of the symptoms also. I'm feeling exhausted, but I can't fall asleep till 4 or 5 in the morning some mornings, or I'll fall asleep sitting straight up in the bed. I'm in the bed, but I'm sitting straight up online and I'll just fall asleep. And then I'll jump awake within 30 minutes and then I'll be up all night. And that's not normal either. And then sleeping for 3 or 4 hours, not being able to go to sleep because you just feel something's about to take place. Also, I'm noticing I'm not hungry, but it's like I want to eat because it's like at least that gives me something to do. Maybe I can think of something really good that I could go and treat myself to once a week. And there's nothing that I want. And then if I get something that I used to like, it doesn't taste the same. It's like I've lost all interest in anything of this world that's on this earth. Like used to, I'd have things that I'd want to do. I'd be excited. Well, maybe I can do this weekend. Maybe, no, this might be going on. I have no interest in any of it. All I want to do is a zoom, zoom, and a boom, boom. All I want to do is get off this planet, Janet, complete my mission, and go home. If y'all are feeling these things, please put them in the comments. And again, Lisa Marie Presley died today. I had a couple of dreams, but I don't really remember them. I have one that I wrote down, and I'll tell y'all about that on the next video. But again, tomorrow is another satanic sacrifice day. It's a wicked day for the Freemasons. Way back in the day with the Templar Knights and the Roman soldiers that crucified Yeshua. So heads up on that. It is Friday the 13th. So please pray for all the persecuted, targeted, anointed individuals. Say extra prayers for all of us, family. Say prayers for all the children and the babies and the animals that are being tortured or planning on being kidnapped, or what do you call it? I can't think right now, but um, yeah, like kidnapped. Uh, for these satanic ritual days. Pray that the captives are set free. Pray that those can be saved. Their eyes are open to the truth so they can make their own decision whether they want to continue serving Lucifer, the lion loser, or they want to repent and accept Yeshua, because time is nigh. We're about to fly, y'all. I feel it. It's so close now. It's at the door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Okay, so I'm praying for all y'all, and I have a lot more to say, but I don't have any energy. It comes and goes, so I'm just gonna bid y'all adieu.